Hi, I'm Chef Mark with LearnToCook.com. In today's session, we're learning how to roast prime ribs of beef or a standing rib roast. Now we're going to make our prime rib roast, or what many people call prime ribs of beef. It is a standing rib roast. I like to roast it on its rack, hence the term standing, or many times you can roast it flat on a cookie rack pan like this with a rack underneath, or on a bed of vegetables. So let's take a look at what we should do first. So I might take just a little fat off the side here along the rib tip. Remove that pretty much. What I'm going to do now is score the fat surface. That means with a sharp paring knife or boning knife, make incisions into the fat itself. You see that, how it separates? So those nice incisions. And then I'm going to rub in sea salt, fresh chopped rosemary, which is great with roast, and mustard powder. I avoid using pepper because for our philosophy, pepper tends to burn on a roast. So we'll put the pepper on after. So we have, as I said, sea salt, mustard powder, and fresh chopped rosemary. And that's going to make a really nice crust. I'm going to pack that in. So we press those in, and then I can roast it like this, but I think I'm going to tie it up because it'll give me a tighter slice when I go to carve it. We'll show you after how to get a nice slice of your rib roast, standing rib roast. So about a 24-inch length of string, lay it on top. I'm going to make a few turns of the twine underneath both sides and tighten. You can see how it tightens up that roast now. I get a nice round slice instead of this elliptical shaped slice. So oven's on 275 degrees. We're going to roast it nice and slow. It won't shrink as badly. We're going to put it on the pan, and we're going to put it right into the oven. All right, our prime rib came out of the oven. Be mindful when you use a fork not to puncture the eye of the muscle of the meat. Maybe grab around the fat as you lift it out on the side, okay? You want all those nice juices to come out. So let's carve that. So I have my steel small carving knife. Give that a few runs down the steel. I got a fork. Carving that is slicing it towards you, nice and sharp. Hold on to it. You can put it right here behind the bone, the chef's fork, to secure it. Some people like the end piece. Very nice. You know, we have the method down pat. That's beautiful and succulent. That's 125 degrees. Yes, we would call pink, warm center. That would be medium. You want it well done? That's fine. Just cook it to 150, and it might not be as moist or tender as you like. Or you can cook it to 115, which many folks do because they like it on the rare bloody side. So you keep carving that, and you get as many thin slices as you like. Of course, some of the fat is wonderful. You have to have some of the prime rib fat with that nice crust on the side. And this is really a meat lover's delight. And I like to put freshly ground black pepper on after, because then that beautiful smoky tartness picks up the meat flavor and kind of cuts some of the fatty flavor. So enjoy your prime ribs of beef for the holidays.